Coach, I know you probably would have preferred not to have played those last two innings, but how do you feel like Ben Davis performed today? I mean, I know you mentioned yesterday why you felt he was the right decision, but you probably couldn't have got more out of him than you got today.
Yeah, he's pretty special. I mean, he can do some really special things. It's a turbo sinker, so in relief, he was striking out a ton of guys. In a day like today, I felt like he had them banging the ball on the ground, which was nice. And man, that gives, when you get 6 innings and 57 pitches, is that right? 57 pitches, that's a pretty good day. And he had a blister. He was messing with a blister in about the second or third inning, kind of just gutted through it and gave us a quality start.
Sam? I think it was Wednesday you mentioned that specifically Aaron Downs, you were like, he's playing well, and I feel bad that you can't get him in the lineup because he's playing well, but there just hasn't been the right fit yet. You get him in today, and I mean, obviously he has a big game.
Play.
How do you just think he's balanced or done in that dynamic of not being an everyday starter, but it seems like every time he's been a big contributor?
He makes my job harder in some ways and easier in others. I said it to the team after the game because I gave Ben Davis the shirt, but I felt like AD could have got it. And every day when he's not in the lineup, I walk up to him, "Hey, be ready." It's matchup, and I got those corner guys are playing really well, and he's always, "Coach, I'm good. Let's win." And that's when you have a guy that's that bought into the program. That's why the game rewards you, because you stay in a good mindset. You keep yourself ready. He's cheering on every guy on the team. He's a really good player. We're lucky to have him in our program.
Robbie?
If I remember right, Ben's stats weren't just like eye-popping as far as the ERA coming in from JUCO. What's changed with him that's made him so dynamic on this level this year? Was there something that
He broke his ham and bone last year, so he didn't play a lot. So that's what happened to him at JUCO. So he didn't blow up in there. He had it early in the season, then broke the ham and didn't come back and play. So it was an injury. It was like when he finished his freshman year in the playoffs, he was like really, really good. That's where we got on him. And then last year, in some ways you're fortunate because he didn't go through the draft process because of the injury. But his first outing here was 95, 97 in the fall. So we knew he had a pretty special player.
Has he always thrown with that sink?
Yeah, it's like turbo sink. And Park's really good at maximizing it too. I think, with that and that tight slider, it's pretty good.
Doug?
Coach, we noticed today there's a bevy of players that are capable of playing shortstop. So 2 parts. Do you have an update on Dylan, and how do things look for that position right now?
Yeah, Dylan met with the doc today. I think he's going to be great. I mean, it's maybe a couple days. They just had a collision out there, so I don't think it's anything structurally. But he's still going to take a couple days to get back and get in the mix. But we have a couple shortstops, so gives some guys an opportunity to play and get out there and have success.
Steve?
Another guy that maybe making your job a little more difficult, Gatlin Sanders. I mean, you've had all this 4 different starting second basemen, and then he's out there back-to-back games, flawless defensively, and has a couple of RBIs. And how would you assess where he is?
He's kind of the winning player. He just does a lot of, you look up and I don't even know how many hits do you have today. Do you have any hits? So, I think he had 1 big 2 out, 2 hits. He's that quiet player, but you look up and he plays defense, he steals bases, he gets 2 out hits, he can bunt. It's a real slow heartbeat. He's my only engineer in the program, so he's probably the smartest guy we got. So you get a lot of things with Gat. And I said it a couple weeks ago in here. I said I've done him an injustice. I haven't played him enough. And he's just going out there and playing like he does in practice, which is huge.
Rob?
With your shortstops, Dylan and Sawyer, you have one of them in the 9-hole and one of them leading off.
Yeah.
What's that decision making like with those two, and what do you see from both those guys where you have them where they are in the lineup?
Sawyer's been a leadoff a lot in his career, so it's just different. Some guys, and I've said it to our team. Dylan, he probably started down there just because of average and everything, but like Dylan's he grinds every at bat out. If you look at his stats, like he's probably got our highest pitches per at bat, walks, HBPs. He can bunt. So you get to the back of our lineup, you got to really, really work when Dylan's back there. And I've been reluctant to move him because his on-base percentage is so high, and he's really starting to swing. And I think we saw that on Wednesday night. He had some really big swings.
We'll wrap it up with these 3: Steve, Sam, and then Doug.
Coach, you mentioned Ben Davis getting the ground balls, but defensively really clean behind him today, and it was multiple guys out there making plays. That had to be real rewarding for you.
Yeah, it was a good day. I mean, I told the guys we got a little sloppy in the 9th, but I thought we were You know, when the game's on the line, I thought we made a lot of plays, and just routine plays, just playing clean all day.
So we haven't seen Charlie Foster, I believe, in a little bit.
Yeah,
What's
he
his
got a
status?
little sore, but he's back. He's pinning and doing everything, so you'll probably see him this week. So he's out and about, just getting guys started in the season. We get a little bit of that up and down, so he'll be back here this week.
Doug.
Coach, I wanted to ask first impressions of Duke Stone. Looked like maybe if it hadn't been for that Sunfield triple that he wouldn't have even given up a run.
Yeah, I thought he was really good. You know, pitched with some composure, and he's one of our freshmen we've been really excited about. Probably haven't had as many opportunities to get him in there, but we're going to need some guys like Duke to be able to help us out. He's so tall and lanky, it's like 7 feet of extension, you know, when he lets go of it, so it feels like it's really close to you. And I think he can really help us.